Welcome all back to the 90s. We're checking out some 90s cartoons that we're going to rank today because we all love these cartoons. Well, those of us born in the 90s, I was actually born in the 80s, but grew up mostly through the 90s, so I've seen most of these. I think there's two on this list I've not seen, but everything else I've seen at least a minimum of 4 episodes. So now I'm going to rank my favorite shows on this tier maker. Come on, join me. Let's go back to the 90s. Let's go. Come on. All right. First up, Batman, the animated series. It's beautiful. This won many awards, actually. Not only does it feature Batman, voiced by the great Kevin Conroy. Joker is voiced by the one and only Mark Hamill, and this introduced one of the biggest DC characters, was actually created for this series. Comment down below if you know who it was. Bonus points for those that know who it was. So, where does the great Batman animated series fit? Yeah, I'm kidding. It's top tier. This is a cartoon you watch every time it's on. Every time. Oh yeah. Next up, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I believe this looks like the original series, which I believe aired originally in the 80s. It started, but I think it finished up in the 90s, which is why it's on this list. I didn't actually make the list. I just found the list. So if you have a problem with this being on the list, well, thumbs down the video. Just thumbs it down. It's fine. Thumbs it down. Go to the comments. Tell me how terrible the entire 90s tier list is because it's got the Turtles from the 80s. But you know what? That's okay. Where did the Turtles from the 80s go? Next to Batman. He's Batman. Next up, we have the Beast Wars, the Transformers, the Beast Wars. Sorry. This was the best Transformers you were going to get during the 90s. It's all right. It had more of this was like one of the big, oh, look what we could do with computer graphics. And it was one series that was mostly done computer generated. And I say mostly done because I believe they did a lot of their background work was still drawn. Reboot down here was a fully computer graphic, and I believe that was the big one for the time. But Beast Wars was pretty good. Pretty good. It's one I'd watch, but I'm not watching it all the time. I was never a huge Transformers fan. I just wasn't. Oh, okay. So there's 2 Mario series on here, and if I recall by animation, because I remember this creepy looking Toad, I didn't really care much for this particular series. I don't remember much about it, but I'm gonna put it down at the C of, no. We'll put it in a B. We'd watch it, but we ain't going out of our way to watch it. That's going to be a lot of these, actually. A lot of these shows are going to end up in this B, and we're going to kind of like move them around to like who we'd watch first. Which, by the way, Batman, I love you, but I'm a Turtles kid at heart, so no. Just keep stepping over. All right. Rocket Power. We have Rocket Power. I was going to call it Rocket League. Rocket Power aired on Nickelodeon. Of course, these were like the extreme kids, skateboarders. Their dad owned like a smoothie shop or something. It was an alright show. I would probably watch Rocket Power ahead of these shows, but I'm not. Again, it's not one I go out of my way. Johnny Bravo. Sorry. This show probably would not air today as it aired in the 90s. It would totally be revamped just because of the way the character was. He is, yeah. They wouldn't. I also, this was pushing my animation style. That I'm okay. I'm like I gotta like the animation. The story can suck. As long as I got good animation, I don't care. Let it suck. It can suck. Then we got my boy Arnold. Who didn't like the football head? Hey Arnold. I mean, we know Helga did. Secretly. Kind of secretly. Some people knew. This show I loved. Nickelodeon shows were really good at putting dirty adult jokes. And there were quite a few of them in Hey Arnold. And let's see, who else was on there? I mean, we got some good ones. I mean, SpongeBob never was really aimed for children. We got Rocco's Modern Life down here, as you know. You know some things about my boy Rocco. Rugrats, Grandpa was a very dirty, dirty old man. Just saying. He was. We got our boys Tiny Toon Adventures. Basically miniature versions of the Looney Tune characters. They went to Acme University and were taught by the original Looney Tune characters. Buster and Babs Bunny. No relation. That was a fun one. It was aimed a little bit towards... You were probably like 9-10 years old of who this is aimed for. Then we got our boys Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers. I've actually recently watched some of this. Some of it still holds up. Some of it is a little far-fetched. And I think I'd watch Arnold before I'd watch... Actually, that would depend on the episode of Tiny Toons. We're going to leave this as is, but... Yeah, we're going to leave it as is. Here's the other Mario. I think I would go out of my way to watch Mario over the Beast Wars, but I'm definitely watching it over this one. So, it's just, I don't know, the Mario cartoons, the Mario movie, it just didn't hit. It didn't hit, boys and girls. Batman Beyond, another beautiful classic. There was so much potential with this, and then it got canceled, and then I think they re-brought it back a couple years later on a series, or at least they did comics. They delved into the comics pretty good. Also, was the original idea before the Nolan films. There was a lot of discussion that the next Batman film would be Batman Beyond, and then they went to the retelling of Batman again, and now we got whatever this sparkly vampire boy is doing now. Wait and see, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. But Batman Beyond, futuristic Gotham, the Jokers was a gang. It really hit home. It was good. Was it as good as this Batman? Ooh. Almost. I'm watching it before I'm watching Hey Arnold. This one was a little close to, like, my animation is the whole key, and just the way they drew the people. Everybody was like skinny with this really weird, you had chest this big, little legs, it was like, oh no. Beetlejuice. Not a fan. Didn't like the movies, didn't like Beetlejuice. And again, these are where I'd rank these shows. You guys might love every one of these shows. They just weren't for me, some of them. A lot of them, we're gonna have issues. I can see you, chat. You're like, wow, 90s cartoons really stunk. This one was better than that one. It's all about the argument. That's fine. Bobby's World. I like Bobby's World. I don't remember much of Bobby's World. I just know it was on Fox. He had an imagination. I like that. I like imagination. Now I've got the stinking Willy Wonka song stuck in my head. But it was okay. Then we got our boy Baloo with Tailspin. Tailspin was fantastic. It was fantastic. I will probably watch Baloo over Batman, though. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, McGinnis. You tried. We salute you. But Baloo is better, so, Crash is playing less. I think. I guess he crashed his... I think they crashed about the same. Johnny Quest. You know what? I don't know. I might want to watch Johnny, bro. The only reason I ever watched Johnny Quest, and I can't remember what the show was after it, but that's why. I watched Johnny Quest. I watched like the last 10 minutes of Johnny Quest for the most part. Once I gave it like that 4-episode go. You give it that college try. You give it a couple episodes. If you don't like it, you bail on it. But there was a show after it, and I don't remember which one it was, but that's what I wanted to watch. So I used to put up with Johnny Quest to get to whatever the other show was. So I only saw I've seen maybe 4 full episodes and then a lot of 10-minute portions because I'm early for everything. Gotta be early for movies. Gotta be early for my TV shows. Sports games start. Kickoff is 1 o'clock. I'm there at 12:30. Also, don't leave until the very end of those sports games either. But that's fine. That's fine. Then we got Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. My man's up here. He just hits home. Darkwing Duck is awesome. Awesome. And he's another one. A lot of the background items got, a little bit more adult. And that was the greatest thing, actually, with all of these cartoons. At some point, there's something in the background that a kid ain't gonna pick up on. Unless the adult is really paying attention, you don't notice it. You just don't see it. I've watched Darkwing Duck every episode multiple times. It was the last time I watched it, which I was, trying to get my kids to watch it, that I noticed in the first episode where he meets Launchpad, they're in the plane hangar. Up on the wall is a duck pinup. There's a pinup calendar up on the wall. Should that be in the show? Probably not. But again, names, backgrounds, these things go missed. One of the top running jokes of a name is still in a cartoon today that people just... I think a lot of people just let it go now, but I think some people would be like, wow, you have to change that. And that's actually in The Simpsons. Y'all ever realize what the name of the university that Homer goes to once a season is? Springfield Heights Institute of Technology. Think about that. Springfield Heights Institute. Forget the word of technology. Comment it below. Just put it in the comments. Dexter's Laboratory. I watched a good deal of Dexter. And he was kind of a mad scientist. Get it? No. But I wouldn't go out of my way to watch Dexter. I just wouldn't. A lot of these, I just don't go out of my way to watch. Others of these, I'm watching every time. Like I said, Turtles, Batman, Darkwing. All time. We should... I tell you guys, if you guys like this 90s one, we need to find an 80s one. That's what I'm talking about right there. 80s. All right, the original Doug. Doug with his blue friend Skeeter and Patty. Poor Doug. Bald at the age of 15-ish. Doug's one of those shows you just had to watch. And you had to watch what like positions Skeeter got stuck in. I think that was like the running joke, because every position Skeeter got stuck in. Then we got the original Ducktales. Ducktales. I'll be honest. The new series of Ducktales is not actually that bad. It's actually pretty good. It grew on me pretty well, especially when they did the Darkwing episodes and Gizmo Duck got added. And I just really the last season, it was kind of like, we're gonna add as much crap and a much cameo junk that we can. Doesn't actually have to be there. Like, all of a sudden in one episode, Goofy was there, and they were like, Goofy's here, and they were in like a trance, and then they got out of the trance, and it was like, oh, Goofy's here. He's been here the whole time. That's why he was in the trance with us. And it was like, no other reason than that was why Goofy was there. But I'd watch DuckTales. I like DuckTales. We're going to put DuckTales up here, and we'll probably... I would probably watch DuckTales. Well, let's say about here. Ed, and Eddie. Actually, you know what? We'll move Ed, and Eddie up. This show I saw later on. It was towards its end, and it grew on me. But overall, it's not what I went out of my way to get. But Ed, and Eddie, it was alright. It was alright. Then we got my boy Tommy and Chucky. And the Rugrats. Oof. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I watch, if Rugrats, I get the original Rugrats. Get Baloo, you don't have to move, boy. If I got the original Rugrats on, I'm probably watching it. Yep. This stuff was fire. Now, you want to have a whole weird awakening with Rugrats? There was a article piece, fan fiction somebody wrote. Oh God, it's probably been. Sadly, I'm gonna say it's at least over 5 years old, if not closer to 10 years, where they wrote how all the babies were part of Angelica's mind, her imagination, and it was kind of cynical. It was a very interesting and well done piece, and a lot of it made some sense. It did, but yeah. Give me a Reptar bar and let me have my day. Especially Reptar bars, those were the ones that change your tongue green, right? I think. Gotta get me one of them. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Done. Didn't like the animation. I didn't like the story. I didn't Courage Cowardly Dog. Then we got Gargoyles. As much as I liked this show, I don't think I'm not going out of my way to watch it. I feel bad about that too, because I remember really liking this show. But if any of these other cartoons are on, I'd rather watch them versus Gargoyles, I think. How quickly Batman Beyond is like slipping down here. Because then we got our boy Max and Goofy for Goof Troop. Goof Troop. This was, of course, like right after the Goofy movie. A Goofy movie. Which was a good movie. Had some really good music. And this show was really good as well. I enjoyed that show. So then we have Sonic the Hedgehog. This was one series. I believe this series was later in the 90s. Because this one here was earlier. This one was okay. And because it's Sonic the Hedgehog, I would probably prefer to watch that over some of these. But honestly, this was not the best Sonic show. Animaniacs. You know, I did enjoy the Animaniacs, but not that much. Not that much. I mean, they had like the Wheel of Morality at the end of most of their episodes, or Yakko or Wacko. You know, the two of them with their various songs. Those I like. But I wasn't like a full show person. You know, Pinky the Brain, that portion was really good. Rita the Squirrel was okay. Buttons and Mindy was The pigeons were just kind of jerks. I don't know what to tell you guys there. I liked Pinky and the Brain on Animaniacs over Pinky and the Brain, the full just series. I don't know. The short segment was really what worked for them. The longer segments, not so much. All right, now we got our members of the Marvel Power Hour. I remember this was like the 6 a.m. shows starts. You had, you know, the original Fantastic Four and the original Iron Man series. I've never been a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. They're gonna go on the I'd rather watch them over these. But you're the Fantastic Four. The original two movies, by the way, were better than whatever that last thing we got was. The cast was more enjoyable. The story, I feel, was more enjoyable. Just overall, it was the more Fantastic Four feel. So, Iron Man. As much as I'm an Iron Man fan, I would go. I'd put Iron Man there and be like, oh, sorry, bud. Sorry, Tony. It could have been better. SWAT Cats. SWAT Cats were garbage men? Garbage cats? Or mechanics. They were mechanics. And then they had this really super cool plane. I used to love the plane. And I want to put it up here, but I don't know right where I'd put it. I'd probably put SWAT Cats. I'll probably put SWAT Cats there. It was an okay series. It wasn't great. I just really liked it for the plane. Let's be honest. The planes, the mechs, those are my type of things. This Sonic series, I like this series. This was more based. I would probably watch Sonic before the Rugrats. But I'm definitely watching any of these three first. This Sonic series was aimed more towards the original video games. So the characters were designed more towards the games. It was just more of a cartoonish feel to it. It was, I don't know, I really enjoyed that Sonic series. You know, it had humor. It was, you know, it was just, and overall, I felt like a better series. Mega Man. Who here likes Mega Man? I gotta be in a mood for Mega Man. I'll be honest. I'm probably watching Mega Man ahead of these guys. But I had to be in a mood for Mega Man. Mega Man. I don't know. I just Mega Man was, yeah. Mortal Kombat. Now see, Mortal Kombat I used to enjoy watching because that was over on the Sci-Fi Channel. I used to watch Wing Commander, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and there was one other one. And I feel like it came on before Wing Commander? Or was it 2 episodes of Wing Commander? Because it was a 2-hour block. I feel maybe it was 2 episodes of Wing Commander. And then it went Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, I don't remember. And then that took you into the noon hour, which then they played an anime movie, which, you know, was a big deal at the time because you couldn't get anime movies. Now they're, you know, just Google search an anime movie, you find an anime movie. That's okay. So, we have Mortal Kombat. Decisions. I'm gonna watch it, but I think I'm gonna watch it after I'd watch Doug. Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies. It was an okay series. I'm probably watching Bobby's World. You know what? I'm probably watching Animaniacs before. Hulk. I'm sorry, my man. You joining these guys down here. Do I watch them ahead of the fence? Yeah. Ah, no, this had Johnny. And Johnny Storm did stupid things, so Hulk was probably better. Cow and Chicken. Hi. Say hello to the crapshoot. It's where it's at. Street Sharks. Yeah, this was an interesting series. But I wasn't a huge fan of it. Yeah. And it's funny because my kids just watched like the first few episodes of it, and it was just as bad. Reboot. Remember when we mentioned the whole entire series done with CGI? Yeah, that was Reboot. I'm avoiding Reboot, but I'll watch it over any of these others. Because, yeah. SpongeBob. You know, until I had kids, I was not a huge SpongeBob fan. I don't know. And now it's like I've watched some of it. And I feel like I'd watch it over some of these other things, but then there's like other things where I'm just... I don't know. You know what? We're going to put SpongeBob up here. We'll probably watch it before SWAT Cats and all of those. Yeah, I think this is a good place for SpongeBob. I do. Real Monsters. This was an interesting one, but it's going there. Wow. You know, Real Monsters was okay. Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco was pretty interesting. He originally worked at a comic book store, and then got fired from that. And then for a while, he worked as a phone sex operator. I think when I say for a while, I think like he went to work twice, but there were episodes in between, so like you just kind of forgot what his job was. So, yeah. Where do we want to put Rocco? We probably watch Rocco before. I said before, Sponge, you get your little spongy butt back over here. There we go. I like that. Also being rebooted, so hopefully, grain of salt, it'll be okay. All right, now we're getting into a hitter here. Here's a big hitter. X-Men. Ooh. X-Men's up here. But where? Yeah, we going there, boys. We're going there, boys and girls. That X-Men series was a magnificent. I miss it. Actually, if you want to watch this series, it's on Disney Plus. So go check it out. I think I love this series because it had Gambit in it, and Gambit was always one of my favorite X-Men. Don't know why, but Gambit was my favorite X-Men. Ren and Stimpy. You go join Cow and Chicken. Actually, you're stupid enough that I would put you there. You know, I'm just realizing, you know what's missing from this list is the Angry Beavers. There should have been Angry Beavers up here. This Spider-Man series was one of the better series. I'm going to put him up there because that was a really good Spider-Man series. The Street Fighter series, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were like very short series. I feel like one of them was only 6 episodes and the other was maybe 12. And I don't think they aired all of them. But I think I like Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat. But not enough to put it past Doug. My man Superman. I think this was the Adventures of Superman. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not lying. My man's down here. At best. At best. I'm not a huge Superman fan. I didn't like this series. I didn't. The Powerpuff Girls. You know what? Who didn't like the Powerpuff Girls? I'd rather watch the Powerpuff Girls than Superman. I said it. What are you going to do about it? I said it. Alright. This one and this one and this one. I literally remember seeing like previews or like clips to. I've never seen a full episode. I cannot remember their names. And frankly, look at all this great stuff in front of it. I'm not watching those. Okay, hold on. I'll take it back. I might have watched the robot one. Maybe. This one, I can't. This animation is terrible. I can't do that. I can't do. If it's, again, terrible animation, I can't do it. I just can't. Wild Thornberries, another one that didn't have good animation. I didn't really care too much for it. You know what? You're going to be one step above Mario, okay? But I'll put you in this tier because I'll probably watch you over these. Scooby-Doo. This kid's version of Scooby-Doo. I'm going to put you down up here with this kid's. That's right. Right there. Bam. There we go. What you guys think? Is it beautiful? I think it's beautiful. Don't like it? Well, you guys know what to do. Hit the dislike button. You like it? Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. That's okay. It's fine. Whatever you do, you make sure you hit that subscribe button, though. That's what you want to do. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What is your favorite 90s cartoon? What cartoon do you think I totally botched here? Which cartoon is missing from this list that you would have liked to see? How much does it bother you that the Turtles is in here and I'm almost certain it's an 80s cartoon that it started airing in? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, check me out over on Twitch, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Galaxy Junkyard is the name. Twitch.tv, Galaxy Junkyard. You guys can do it. Galaxy Junkyard. One word. Yeah, one word. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. And clear.